There's the sawmill. That is a lot of wood down there. The mill is under that black thing. Just the whole lot. Those are some big, big logs right there. These are some tall, tall trees too. It's just exhilarating. They're so powerful, I guess is what the word is. Look at the size of these trunks. They're huge. Almost up to my waist. And then here's the tiny tot section. A couple little guys here. Those are a couple of old bathrooms, men and women bathrooms, like from a rest stop or something. I think we're turning them into chicken coops. And then over there where you see the van and car, and that's where the cabin is. And there's roads all cut all through here. There's a trampoline over there. I'm gonna come up this road over this hill to the big garden. Okay, so this is the small garden. I thought it was the big one. It's a big property and I can get lost pretty easily. Let me see. And we've been here 2 days. So lots of beautiful flowers, fennel, vegetables, herbs, flowers galore. Yeah. Okay, that was the small garden. We have to go up here to get to the big one. There are some water tanks that we might be able to use. There's the little water pump house and the creek running along it. Let's see if we can see down the little creek, which feeds 3 or 4 households, I believe, with water. You can't really see it. And we're heading up to the big garden. Okay, still climbing to the big garden. It's a very steep climb. And here it comes into view. A sight to behold. I think we'll just walk around the perimeter and film. Just about everything you can imagine in here. I'm going to do a lot of cleaning up and harvesting, pulling out dead stuff this next week. Just look at that. Amaranth and zinnias, sunflowers, just all kinds, and so many tomatoes. They've been canning tomatoes like crazy, but it looks like I'm gonna do a little bit more before we get a freeze here. We've got to get these up. And the pumpkins and lots of stuff. Lots of stuff to pull up. Got some squash along the ground and kales and strawberries everywhere in there. These big, tall, beautiful green ones are tobacco. There's lots of mullein on the land everywhere. Squash, melons, pumpkins, cucumbers galore. Yeah, so that's pretty much the deal, and everything is embedded in blackberries. So we have a lot of pruning to do there, and just land cleanup everywhere. Garden cleanup, and replanting, and canning, harvesting. And it's winter, so we've got to put in winter stuff. And there's okra, you name it. So much nutrition in there. It looks like he's getting ready to go kayaking. So anyway, that's the big, huge, beautiful garden. And we'll walk back to the cabin. This is a little deer hunting camouflage shelter right outside the garden. So we're heading back to the cabin. And there's those great water tanks. Big tractor. Dump truck. Lots of equipment here. Diggers, augers, scrapers, backhoe, dump trucks. And I heard this place was just completely overgrown. All of this park-like setting was carved in here and cleared by these folks over the years. There's grapes growing here, and apples, and figs, lots of berries. Our little apple tree there. Lots of grapes. And this beautiful gardens. Everybody look. Playground. There's little children here. It's so nice to see their smiling faces and their energies. And them laughing and playing. And all the chickens running around. There's, probably 2-3 dozen chickens and roosters of various sorts. The little silkies are so cute with their fuzzy legs. They are just adorable. And this this is the makings of a greenhouse, I imagine. Lots of windows laying around everywhere. And then there's our 100-year-old cabin, summer cabin. All the screens are kind of blown out and there's no windows, so you can't really put windows in it. It's like a big, huge screen porch type of thing. It's not falling down. It's integrally pretty sound, but needs a little work. Anyway, we'll handle it. We got our tent pitched in there, and yeah, looking back up toward the gardens, and we walked a couple miles today, I guess. Metal roof, and yeah, kind of funky, but you know, it's still standing. And look at the view out here. This is just almost beyond belief. Mountain range, beyond mountain range, beyond mountain range. You can't even see it in this camera. I can see them with my naked eye, but they're not showing up as much in the camera. But you can see a long ways, at least a couple 100 miles. Let's see if I can get one view of the front of this, because I've never even walked over here to see the face of it. Far she blows. I'm gonna fall down the hill here. This is really steep. So yeah, needs a little rescreening and some tightening up here and there. But it's a roof, and it's a metal roof, so we won't get wet anyway. Although snow and wind and rain could blow in through the screens. Anyway, we'll handle it and probably fix it up a little. We'll live in this for the winter while we find a place to put our bell tent and get supplies, generators, and everything to it. Make a landing for it. And probably can't see in here, so we don't have power, of course. But maybe, yeah, a little bit. So we're starting to get stuff moved in. I could run a hose into this sink and clean it up, of course. Everything needs to be cleaned up. It's really a lot of dust and stuff. So, but this is where it's at now. And we're getting our stuff in here to store and go through and try to sort through things. We got this little stove, cast iron stove, that can go through this roof right there in the wall. And again, this is all just open air, and so it won't hold heat, but we might be able to tarp something off up here to go around the stove and just sort of make a little space where we can be warm. So anyway, yes, quite beautiful. And there's these flowers from the gardens out there, and they're just luscious. And some broth and apples that were canned for us and left here for us. Just looking out the window, and then we see the sunset over here on this corner, and it's quite spectacular. Just see if I can zoom in one more time to the mountains. There's just peaks beyond peaks. It's just getting washed out with the light. You can't really see what I see. Pyramid Mountain right through there. Okay, well, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed my video of our 100-year-old summer cabin and gardens.